Hi, I'm Peter. This is the Peter on Health channel. This video is called Why I Am Anti-Supplement. And somewhere in this headphone I'm going to play a little short clip. So this is Joe Rogan interviewing Andrew Huberman, a scientist, from Stanford. Just going to play a short clip here.
Post-concussion, post-surgery, postpartum depression, headache, fish oils. So there's this whole category of things that in theory you could get from food, but the volumes that you would have to eat and the sourcing is just impractical. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. There's rhodiola rosea, which is, reducing cortisol. There's interesting data on that. And then there's the stuff we've talked about before about hormone augmentation. But for the typical person out there nowadays, I think they're thinking about, well, what can I do? What can I eat? How can I take better care of myself? Am I magnesium deficient or not? Probably not. But will taking some additional magnesium help me sleep? Yes. Will it hurt me? No.
Well, are you magnesium deficient? Get your blood work done.
Right.
Like, if you want to find out that, get your blood work done.
Everyone should have their blood work done.
But what I was curious about, like, why you were saying that it's just expensive urine. Like,
no. This is what other people say.
But
yeah, so get your blood work done. Yeah, and I've been telling you, like, I've been getting my blood work done for 18 years, and Joe Rogan's right. So there's three classes of supplements, I think, that I'll discuss, and I'll explain why I'm against it all. But Huberman said there, you can't get that from food, and other people I've heard say, the soil's depleted, and minerals are gone, so that's why you have to take it. So anyway, the three categories are minerals, and I suppose some vitamins, A, B, C, not D. D is more like a hormone. We'll talk about that in the third category. But and we should be getting this from our food and water. And sure enough, yeah, in the past, the soil and the water were much more pure and all that. But like Joe said, you can check your blood work, and we'll go through my blood work in a second. And you'll see that I'm all in the good range, so I don't need to supplement with, minerals and those vitamins. The second class is food, protein, carbohydrate, and fats. So Joe mentioned, Huberman mentioned fish oil. There's simple greens, like stuff like that people take. Oh, we got 30 different plants all concentrated into a powder form or a pill form, or protein people can take in pill form, and I'm like, yeah, I think I'd rather just eat the food, thanks. And anyway, when you extract things, from fish oil, you extract, the plants down to powder, you extract, the protein, from different animals. Like, you're missing stuff that hasn't even been discovered yet in, the flesh of animals, or beans, you get protein from, or nuts. Same with carbohydrates. Clearly the fiber that you would get, from eating plants. And yeah, like in a fish, there's a whole fish there, and you're just squeezing out the oil from the fish and getting fish oil. Like, you're missing what I believe probably is, at least a huge chunk of the value of eating food over, in supplement form. But we live in a time where supplements are all the rage. Now, and I'll just say again, I don't take any supplements, and I don't take any pharmaceuticals. Pharmaceuticals, like, they're unnatural, they're patentable. You can't patent natural things, and they all cause side effects. You see it on commercials. Oh, hey, take this. This will help you get a boner. This will help you, clear up your face. This will help you whatever. And then a different voice goes, oh, and it might give you a heart attack, might make you this and that, make you shorter, whatever. So, yeah, thanks. No. Supplements, since they're natural, don't do that. But like I'm saying, to me it's a huge racket. I mentioned um, Brian Johnson, and he's got his blueprint stack. We talked a lot about it. $340 for something. I mentioned there was this other guy, Chris Mirabal, who again he says he's slow to his biologic aging by 37%, and he's got a company called Novos. And what do they sell? They sell the magic supplement powder, and it's how much is it semi-annual? It's like $950 a year, right? Like okay, and then in the thumbnail picture. I subscribe to a magazine. Well, I mean, I'm a member of this, site. This is where I get my blood test from. I showed you. I think I put that link in a previous video. So life, and I heard about this company out of Florida called Life Extension, and they're longevity people. They want everybody to live. They call disease, they call aging a disease, and blah, 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 blah. But, because I get their blood test, they send me a magazine, for free, right? Like every month. And what it is, it's just a catalog of their latest supplements. And, they'll discuss, some theory behind it. And it's kind of funny the way they do these articles, right? Like they'll do, so here's, like this is the thing I had in the picture. Cancer death rates draw. Protein deficiency in older Americans. Yeah, there you go. So protein deficiencies. I was mentioning how, I'll eat my damn protein and it'll come in my body. And so page 34, is there protein? So what are they going to do? Sell you a flank of steak? So, effects of dietary protein. And here's their picture of protein, some powder, right? And what they'll do is they'll explain, why, this, how much do you need, how much protein, blah, blah, blah. And then when the article's over, boost your protein intake, how to do it, and then they have the citations at the back, and then the next page, and then it's an advertisement for Neuromag, next page GI, and but eventually, a couple pages later, there it is, like 3 or 4 pages later. There they are going to sell you the protein they talked about in the article 3 pages ago, like trying to make it seem like, oh, look at that. I just read an article on protein, and here I can buy some. You know what I mean? Like, it's just all, nutty shit. So, but that's what they do. They sell supplements, right? And so, it's a money racket, and they're not approved by the FDA, so anytime you hear an ad on it, and I hear ads on local sports radio or politics radio, and they always say, we're not diagnosing or treating any illnesses. Oh, by the way, I've taken it and it cut my pain. So those are like supposed to be anecdotals, which you're allowed to tell. And so yeah, over to my blood test, like what I mentioned, Rogan said, if you're magnesium deficient, take a test. So here's what it says. So here's magnesium, and it says the range, you don't want to be below 1.6 and above 2.3. There I am. My median is 2, minimum is 1.9. That's above the low, and 2.1 is the high. Look at that range. I mean, just super tight. So my magnesium's fine. Same with protein, same with calcium, same with, all the stuff that you would get from food. So yeah, so for the first category, minerals and shit, it's in the blood test. And if you're low, figure out why you're low. You maybe you're eating the wrong foods, right? But like, I eat all like natural foods and stuff. So, yeah, mine are fine. So I don't need to supplement with that stuff. And then in terms of foods, same thing, right? Like, I've said my rate of aging is 0.22, like, when did I get my last blood test? May. I think I'm already 11 weeks since I got my blood test, so boom, that's my aging for the year, and I won't start aging again until next May. I'm Peter Pan. I'm stuck at this biological age according to my rate of aging. Anyway, so again, for those first two categories. The third category that really bugs me, it's taking something that your body should be producing itself, okay? Right? So like if I was to supplement with testosterone, I think I mentioned a testosterone story I told you when I was doing, and I started fasting in 2020. I'm going to take my, well, I'll leave the headphones on anyway. I'm going to play a little video at the end. So there's the testosterone. And you could see the low of my 20-year low is 516, and my 20-year high is 892, and my median is almost 700. So this 2020 was the year I started fasting. So 1 year of fasting, I dropped 6 years, I think I mentioned biologically, but look at the testosterone number, 550. I saw that 550 and I went, whoa, what the fuck's that? That's low for me, and it sure is, right? It's not the lowest in 18 years, but it was second lowest. So I started strength training, bumped up to 700, then bumped up to 840. That's 2 years of strength training, like almost every day. And the 785 is like strength training, like once a week, twice a week, something like that. But I have the muscle now. And I was told it'll keep generating testosterone, and sure enough, gave me a higher number than Brian Johnson's number, that we looked at last week. So, if I'd have gone to a doctor and I showed him the 550, and I could show him my data, and he says, "Oh, it looks like you're getting old. Your testosterone is declining. Well, let's put you on DHEA or put you on a TRT, like testosterone replacement therapy." It's like that's what they do in for doctors, right? And I'm like, fuck all that. I'm gonna start strength training and see if my body will generate its own testosterone. And lo and behold, that's what it did. Our bodies are magic. They just do the right things with them, and they should respond. And but let's dive a little bit more into this topic of why I don't want to take a supplement replacing a bodily function of mine. And it goes to the story of vitamin C. I read a while ago that all mammals on planet Earth can generate their own vitamin C, right? Vitamin C, super healthy, can fight off illness, like all that kind of stuff. But there's 4 classes of animals that cannot generate their own vitamin C. It's bats, guinea pigs. Well, there's 2 kinds of bats, looks like. Basically bats, guinea pigs, and primates, such as humans, chimpanzees, and gorillas. So basically, apes, including humans, guinea pigs, and bats. What do we all have in common? 2 million years ago, we were like living in trees, and we got all our diet from fruit, right? We eat the fruit, and we get vitamin C from fruit. So our bodies said, well, crap, if you're getting all that vitamin C from your food, well, I don't need to generate it. Why waste my internal energy on generating vitamin C when you're getting it from your diet? Another way to say it is the following. So there's a mechanism in every other mammal to generate vitamin C. It's a particular enzyme and a process in the body. Just think of it like a little motor in there that, will generate vitamin C when needed. And that motor in these 3 animals was not being used, just sitting there unused. Because we're getting it from the diet, motor doesn't need to run. Motor doesn't need to run. Well, what happened? Why not? Why did evolution cut that out? Right? It's not doing anything. It's not running. It's not costing any energy because the motor's not running. So why would it cut it out? Why bother cutting out something that wasn't even taking any ATP or energy or diverting anything? You know what I believe it is? Cancer. Cancer. We're supposed to use every corner of our body. and if we don't use it, we lose it. And how do we lose it? We get cancer. Cancer is more likely, when there's part of our body sitting there unused. Think prostate for a male. You can't get a boner anymore. You can't ejaculate. What do you got gonads for then? Just sitting there doing nothing? Yeah, I think that generates eventual cancer. Use it or lose it. That's what being old is. You'll learn that when you cross 50. Use it or lose it, man. And how you lose it? Well, it doesn't work first, and then over the years, cancer. So I believe that, so this idea, like people will supplement with vitamin C, or like I'm saying, I can get it from fruit. How about vitamin D? Vitamin D is huge. I mean, it was like during COVID and everything, and people with vitamin D were way more likely to survive in the hospital, even with a bad case of COVID. People, taking higher levels of vitamin D. And how do you get vitamin D? Well, you can go to Whole Foods, you can go to a supplement place, I can go to Life Extension and order their vitamin D capsules and just take them. That's what all my friends do. That's what everybody I know does. Me, I take my damn shirt off in the sunshine and I get my vitamin D from the sun. And how do I know I'm getting it? Vitamin D. Let's go find vitamin D. Let's go. There it is. Vitamin D. Okay, let's look. My min is scooch over here. Here we go. Min is around 30. Max is around 38. Oh no, max is 50. So basically 30 to 50, and my median is 37. And they're saying, oh, the minimum is 30 and 100, but I'm saying I stopped supplementing with vitamin D right around here, so I got a 40, which is good. Then I'm definitely taking no vitamin D, skating around 30, right? And that's what my body is doing, purely from the sun. Purely from the sun. I do not supplement with vitamin D in the last 2 years. So there's my body hanging on to what they call the minimum, right? But those minimums and maximums, blah, 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 I don't really trust them too much, although they're good guide points. But I want to know what my minimum is, what my maximum. And I'm telling you, vitamin D keeps you from being sick, and I don't get sick anymore. I'm not even knocking on wood. Even without supplementing vitamin D, even in the wintertime, never mind during this heat wave, middle of July, sun blaring on us, right? I do not supplement with vitamin D. And maybe I'll end the talk with something called NMN. NMN. And this is NADH, this article on Wikipedia. NADH, right? NMN is like a magic pill in supplement form, not discovered, but like popularized and hyped by David Sinclair, one of the longevity people. And he tells a funny story in his book, and I read his book, watched a bunch of videos on him. He tells a story about some old rats who were on their deathbed, and they gave him NMN. And his lab assistant came running to him and said, oh, there's a problem with the old rats that we gave the NMN to. And then Sinclair thought, oh, that's bad, maybe they all died. And the researcher goes, no, they broke the treadmill. The treadmill was rated for 2 miles, but these old rats on NMN ran 3 miles and broke the treadmill. So that's the way he tells it. And then he'll tell an anecdote saying, well, I take it. My old man takes it, who was, kind of rickety and old, and he was like now, like Medusa threw his old man into a pot, and out jumped a young lamb, you know what I mean? So he's got these hype stories of NMN, how it because the point is, what does NMN do? NMN turns into, by the body, turns into NADH, and what is NADH? It's a core molecule of the electron transport chain. Okay, and what is the electron transport chain? That's what's keeping me alive. That's what's keeping me talk to you. That's what's keeping you listening to this, right? It's used in the mitochondria to generate ATP, and NAD is a key constituent of that cycle, the electron transport chain. And NMN is useful because it turns into NADH. But, you know, like I'm saying, two things I'll say here. Oh, yeah, there it is. Yeah, which produces NMN. This. The first step is rate limiting the salvage pathway, and then NMN generates NADH. So here's Sinclair saying, oh, well, why don't we just generate NMN and we then take NMN? Well, let's look at NMN. And what are the dietary sources? Find source. Dietary sources. NMN is found in fruits and vegetables such as endame, broccoli, cabbage, cucumber, avocados, but of course, making these natural sources impractical to acquire the quantities needed to accomplish, as a pharmaceutical, it's just like fuck off, Eat your foods, eat your natural foods. I eat all those kind of foods by that listed there, by the way. And getting my NMN, it's turning into NADH, and getting into the electron transport chain. And as I mentioned in a previous video, I read an article by the quote-unquote Midwestern doctor on Substack saying that sunlight through my eyes will turn photons into electrons for that electron transport chain. So through the food, I'm getting the NMN and the NADH, and through the sun, I'm getting the electrons that feed that chain, that NADH. Is using in the electron transport chain. So what I'm saying is not only do I don't need it, but here's my problem. What if I just start supplementing with everything? NADH, testosterone, whatever. I say, I'm setting myself up for cancer. That's what I think. Because there's a factory in us that turns food into NMN, NMN into NADH, NADH using the electron transport chain. And I'm just saying, if I'm taking NMN as a supplement, long term, I'm gonna I'll just keep taking this. Keeps me running around like an Energizer bunny. I'm leery about that because it's like my body's supposed to do that. My body's supposed to do that. What is this? The welfare state? I don't work for myself. I need government handouts to live. That's what supplements are, handouts. That your body's supposed to do this stuff. Your body's supposed to work like this. I would put it another way. I don't take supplements, and I don't take, I'll conclude with this. I don't take supplements, I don't take pharmaceuticals. And the biggest reason is I don't need to. I'm biologically aging at a rate of 0.22. I have tremendous energy. Tremendous energy. I have no sleep problems. I have no exercise problems. I have no dietary problems. I have no problems, whatever. I haven't been ill in 5 years. So, okay, well, bully for me then. I don't need to take it. But I will say, if I needed to, if there's something broken in me, like where I was like, oh crap, I'm sick. Oh crap, I have a chronic illness. Oh crap, I have a chronic injury. Oh crap, I have chronic pain. Oh crap, I have chronic something, and I don't have chronic anything. Then, okay, fine. Take I would start with supplements first. See if I could fix it with that. Maybe a therapy, UVBI, UV body, something, whatever, and I would do that. Do all the natural things first, see if they work. And if they don't quite work, then okay, fine, I'll try the pharmaceutical, I'll try surgery, But that's just to get me to this state I'm in now. Super healthy, 0.22 biological aging rate, and then cut me loose. But that is against the business model of everybody. The supplement sellers want you to sell you at recurring revenue for life. The pharmaceutical companies want to sell you at recurring for life. Nobody wants to say, hey, just take this for 3 months and you get back to like super healthy like me. Nobody does that. Nobody wants that. There's no business in that. There's no business in short-term, taking of these magic pills. The magic pills have to be recurring revenue. So if you don't see that, you don't see that you're being like a fish on a hook, and they're like just trying to like keep you feeding them money. Well, then I say good luck, right? But like, just understand, you do the right things for your body, you can get to my stage. Now I'm going to conclude this video and just say, stay healthy, my friends. I end it, but I also wanted to show you a little bit of why I don't say, oh, please like and subscribe. I will say please comment, just because I want to know who you are and like, your ideas and whether you agree or disagree, and we can have a cordial discussion, a civil discussion. That's what I want the comments for, not to, increase the reach of my videos, or like, fuck that. If you want to, you want to comment, please do. I'm eager to hear what you have to say. But here we go. So these guys are called Do Dissidents, a couple Jewish guys who are, anti the stuff going on overseas there, and they end their videos this way all the time.
Exactly. Please clap.
Do you hear that? It said, please clap, and then there's a clap after it. What that was a little clip from Jeb Bush, I think, when he was running for president, and he was giving a talk, and he said something, and he expected applause, and nobody applauded. So he said, please clap, and then they clapped. And the reason these guys put it in at the end of their video is they're comedians as well, and that's funny. That's funny. Asking your audience to please clap. I mean, your audience will either laugh or they won't. They'll either cheer you or boo you. They'll either stay silent or they'll clap, and it's their decision. When you say please clap, it makes you look pathetic. And every freaking person on YouTube who says please like, please subscribe, please join my Patreon, I just cringe. I cringe every time they do that. And I know why they do it. YouTube pays you money. You get enough subscribers. You pass a certain count. They send you a plaque. And I'm just like, F that. If you like it, great. I'd rather you comment and say what you liked about it, what you didn't like about it, versus like hit the stupid thumb button or the this button or the that button or the bell notification or whatever. You don't need a bell notification if if you know me. Like, it's Monday. I usually try to get these videos out on a Sunday, but sometimes they bleed into the next day. But it's going to be Saturday, Sunday, or Monday. I'm going to post one a week. So F the bell. If you want to come back to this channel. So anyway, I spent too long on my politics of the YouTube like and subscribe. But like I said, stay healthy. There's a good reason, I believe, why I'm anti-supplement. I'm not going to get cancer tomorrow taking them. Neither are you. I just don't think it's a good long-term thing to do. Stay healthy.